Standard 8 Maths Chapter 3 Understanding Quadrilaterals. Hello everyone. So in this chapter we'll study about the quadrilaterals, but before that we should know what is a curve or what are the different types of curves we used to study. So before that, in day-to-day life you come across many shapes or different shapes of different objects, like when you see a door, it is somewhat rectangular in shape. Okay, you see a doormat, it is either oval or some different shapes, like it can be square, it can be rectangle, it can be oval, and it can be circular. So different type of shapes you see. And you see stars. Okay, this is also a different shape. You come across wire, loops of wire. So there are different shapes which you come across in your day-to-day life. So what are curves? If we talk about these, all are the examples of curves. So curve can be any portion. You see the plane surface. If you are saying this board, this is also a plane surface. If you see a plain paper, this is also a plane surface. Okay, so any portion of that, it can be, suppose this is a place of in any portion of that, if we cut out with cut out, this can also serve as as an example of curve. Now there are different type of curves, like different type of classification of we have, like we have simple curves, non-simple curves, open curves, closed curves. Okay, so we'll study one by one. So first classification is open curve and close curve. Okay, so this is close curve. Now what are open curve and what are close curve? See, as name suggests, open. So okay, for these open curves, okay, there are no there are there we have starting point and end point as well, means, and also they do not capture any area, or they do not enclose any area, do not enclose any area. Okay, these open curves, as name suggests, this which is something open. And if you talk about an open thing, so there will be a starting point as well as one end point, and they do not contain any they do not enclose any area. Suppose if we talk about this shape, so this is an open curve, so there is a starting point or end point. Okay, we can take it any, and this shape does not include any area. If we talk about a line, this is also an example of open curve. So two points, starting and end points we have, and it is not enclosing or encapturing any area. Okay, if we talk about like shape like this, again this is an example of open curve. I hope now this is clear. What are open curves? So this is open curve. Those curves which have a starting as well as ending point, and which do not encloses any area within its boundary. Now closed curve. So for closed curve, there is no starting point or initial point. There is no starting point or initial point. No end point, and they encloses a specific area. Encloses a specific area. Now, as name suggests, something which is close. So if I draw circle, okay, any quadrilateral I'll draw. This is a quadrilateral, okay. Okay, so this is a shape. So I'm very bad at drawing. So kindly see. Okay, if we consider these shapes, can we identify where is the starting point or where is end point? No, so there is no specific end point or starting point. And also it encloses a specific area. So this is the area enclosed by this circle. If we talk about this figure, there is again we cannot identify the initial point or the end point, and this figure encloses this area. For this figure also, okay, so closed curve are those curves which do not have any specific starting or end point, and they encloses a specific area within its boundary. So these were a classification of curves between of like closed curve and open curve. Now there is another classification which is simple curve and non simple curve. So simple curve, as name suggests, these are okay. It can be open or closed curve, or if you say simple curve like these, if you take this and okay, so these are example. Simple curve means they do not intersect itself. Intersect itself means this is a straight curve, there is no point of intersection. Okay, there is no point of intersection, there is no point of intersection, and there is no point of intersection. If we talk about non-simple curve, non-simple curves, if we twist this wire like this, so these curve crosses itself or it intersects itself, so this is a point of intersection. So these are non-simple curves. So simple curves are those which do not cross itself or which do not intersect itself, and non-simple curves are those like which do not intersect itself. So one more example of non-simple curve. So these are the point of intersection. Okay, and so these are simple and non-simple curve. I hope these are clear what are open curve, what are closed curve, what are simple and non-simple curve. So after that we move on to polygons. What are polygons? Okay, polygons. Uh, you when word polygon is taken, it comes into mind that poly means many and gons means sides. So a figure or a shape which has got many sides. Okay, and what are the exact means of polygon is? It is a simple closed curve, simple closed curve, and which are made up of line segment. This is made up of line segments. Okay, now I'm drawing this figure. So we have to check all these parameter, whether it is simple or not, whether it is closed curve or not, whether it is made up of line segments or not. Now simple curve. Simple curve means it do not crosses itself or it do not intersect itself. So if we see, this is simple because it is not crossing itself. Closed curve. Closed curve means it encloses a area. Okay, it has got no end point and no starting point. Okay, so these two parameters are, now it is made up of line segment. So it is clear that it is made up of line segment. Now if I'm drawing this figure, this is a okay, this is a, now whether check whether it is a polygon or not. So simple curve, it is a simple curve because it is not crossing itself. Second, it is closed because it has got no starting point and no end point. And secondly, it is encloses a given area. But we have to check whether it is made up of line segments or not. No, it is not made up of line segments, so it is not a polygon. So these are the polygons are the simple closed curve which are made up of line segment. Now one more example. If I am drawing, okay, or no, see that if I'm drawing like, so whether generally when it comes to polygon, we just check whether it is made up of line segment or not. So these three things have to check. If we are just look at that, we can say yes, it is a polygon. But whether the three parameters or whether the three condition which is needed to fulfill the polygons to be a polygon is fulfilled or not, so you have to check. So it is a simple curve, sorry, it is a closed curve, yes, it is an passing an area, and it is of made up a line segment. Two things are clear. But whether it is a simple curve, it is not a simple curve because it is intersecting or it is crossing itself with this point, so this is not a polygon. So before defining or while defining the polygon, so these three things should be kept in mind, whether it is a simple curve, closed curve, and it is made up of line segments. So that was all about the polygons. Now depending or based on sides, there is another classification of polygons. So it is given in page number 38 of NCERT, like number of sides. If it is 3, then it is a triangle. 4, quadrilateral. Number of side is 5, then it is a pentagon. So there is a specific name given to the polygon based upon the sides, number of sides. So 6, it is hexagon. For 7 sides, it is termed as heptagon. For 8, it is octagon. For 9, it is nonagon. 10 is decagon. So this is the classification based on sides of the polygon. Now diagonals. Okay, now what are diagonals? Okay, so this is a figure. So diagonal is a line segment which joins two consecutive vertices. Vertices, you all know, this is the meeting point of these line segments. So this is the, if I term this figure as PQRS. So this PQ is line segment, QR is line segment, R is line segment, PS is also line segment. But this point P, Q, R, S, these are the vertices or the joining point of line segment is termed as vertices. So diagonal is nothing but it is a line segment connecting two non-consecutive vertices. Non-consecutive means if I talk about P, so its consecutive vertex will be Q and S because it is just lying next to other. So these are consecutive vertices. If we talk about P and R, so these are not consecutive. So these are non-consecutive vertices. So diagonal is a line segment which joins two non-consecutive vertices. It can be this way. Clear? So this is clear. Now if we draw hexagon, a polygon or quadrilateral having 6 sides. Okay, so this is A, B, C, this is D, this is E, this is F. So vertices can be, this is consecutive vertex of A will be F and B. For B it will be A and C. For C it will be B and D. So non-consecutive vertex. If I join F to B, this can be a vertex. If I join E to C, this can be a vertex. If I join E to B, this can be a vertex. If I join F to C, this can also be a vertex. If I join A to D, this will also be a vertex. So these are the different vertex. Oh, sorry, these were diagonals. Sorry, this EB, FC. This was the diagonals of this figure. So this was what were diagonals. Now what are convex and concave polygons? Or before that, just discuss. I will discuss what are regular and irregular polygons. Regular and irregular polygons. Regular and irregular, there are two things which has to be kept in mind. For regular polygons, they should be equiangles, means each angle of the figure of the polygon or the any polygon should be equal. Each angle should be equal and each side should be equal. Say for there should be equiangular and equilateral. Lateral means equal sides. Okay, in irregular polygons, these two parameters are not fulfilled. Fine. So for regular polygons, if we talk, say they, if you all have heard about equilateral triangle, equilateral triangle, all the three sides are equal, as you are aware, and all the angles are also equal. So these are equiangular. So this is a regular polygon. If I talk about square, square each side is equal and each angle is also equal, that is 90, 90, 90, 90. But if I talk about rectangle, this is a rectangle, each angle is 90 degree, okay, but each side is not equal, only opposite sides are equal. So rectangle is not a regular polygon, or it is a irregular polygon, because it is equiangular but not equilateral. So for polygon to be a regular polygon, it should be equiangular means every angle of the polygon, every interior angle of the polygon should be equal, and every sides of the polygon should be equal. So this is regular and irregular polygon. Now what are last thing of this topic is what is concave and what are convex and concave polygons, sorry, polygons. What is convex and concave polygons? See, what is convex polygons? Convex polygons are those polygons in which all the interior angles are less than 180 degree. Clear? All the polygons whose interior angles are less than 180 degree. All interior angles are less than 180 degree. You know 180 degree, it is a straight line angle. This angle is considered as 180. This is clear? Okay. Now various shapes. So this is 90, this is 90, this is 90, and this is 90. Okay. If you draw a triangle, this is, if this would be an straight angle or 180 degree, it should be like this, but we are measuring only interior angle, so this portion, okay. So this is less than 180, so this is also an convex polygon. If we draw a hexagon, all the interior angles are less than 180, so these are all convex polygons, okay. So these were all about the convex polygon. Now what are concave polygons? So concave, that is a cave like structure. It is very easy to recognize, like you will be having this cave or this peak structure with it. So what is a concave polymer? If you go by the definition, in such polygons, at least one interior angle, at least one interior angle should be greater than 180 degree, okay. At least one interior angle should be greater than 180 degree. Now this angle, in this figure, if we consider this angle, so this is less than 180 degree, and this complete angle is 360 degree. So this angle will be more than 180 degree. One interior angle is more than 180 degree, so that it will be a concave polygon, okay. There are some, okay, if this is a, so this interior angle is one more than 180 degrees, so it will be a concave polygon, okay. So those polygons in which at least one interior angle is greater than 180 degree, so that will be concave polygons. Okay, now one more thing, this is okay. You have left anything? No, fine. Angle sum property. Angle sum property. So angle sum property, it will be based on number of sides that a polygon has. So these are the number of sides and these are angle sum. So right now I'm talking about the interior angle sum. Okay, angle sum. So if there are three number of sides, which is a triangle, angle sum property is 180 degree. Means in case of a triangle, the sum of interior angle will be 180 degree. Okay. If the number of side is 4, so it will be, we just multiply 2 into 180 degree. So that is 360 degree. So in case of quadrilaterals, angles, all the sum of interior and angle will be 360 degree. So we can deduce like if number of side is n, so angle sum will be n minus 2 into 180 degree. Okay, n minus 2 into 180 degree. So this will be, this is 3, n equals to 3. It will be 3 minus 1 into 3 minus 2, sorry. 3 minus 2 into 180 degree. 3 minus 2 is 1 and 182 into 180 is 180. Okay, for this is 4. It will be n minus 2 into 180. N is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2 into 180. So it is 5. It will be n minus 2 into 180. So n is 5. 5 minus 3 is 5 minus 2 is 3. So it will be, so this is 540 degree. If n is 6, so this will be 6 minus 2 into 180 degree. So it will be 4 into 180 degree. It is 3, sorry, 720 degree. So these are the angle sum property of the quadrilaterals. Okay, so we will start up with exercise 3.1 in our next video. Thank you.